In today's news, Lorna Smith, OBE, joins NDP as an at-large candidate. Young woman injured by a scooter rider on the highway earlier today. Allen Wheatley to introduce measures to have FS, that's financial services businesses, giving back more if elected. WILLOCK announces that he will not be contesting in the 2023 elections. Science fair recap, and Miss TEIA LETTSOME holds first solo art exhibition. In addition to that, assessors to arrive in the BVI to conduct the fourth round of mutual evaluations for CFATF. We have the more details of this when 284 News returns.
Rashford made it. Manchester United have come from behind to lead.
At home or on the go, watch CCT Live. Download our app and carry your favorite TV shows, news, or live sports anywhere you go. Visit cctbvi.com/live, select your package, and tune in.
There are many ways to enjoy life, like so many ways to count on Popular.
Is that my lunch? Is that my lunch?
We're like the coworker that doesn't eat your lunch.
I'm John. I'm John.
CG Insurance. Good like that.
Welcome everyone. It is Wednesday, March 15th, 2023. I'm Ron Grant. Welcome to another edition of 284 News, bringing you the latest out of Tortola in the Virgin Islands and of course beyond. Thank you so much for joining us. Beginning our newscast on the local scene, independent candidate Mrs. Lorna Smith, OBE, former First Lady, has now declared her stance on joining the National Democratic Party in the upcoming elections. She made the announcement today. Take a look.
Ladies and gentlemen of the Virgin Islands, I have spent many years of my life serving the Virgin Islands, working in many ways and with many people across the political spectrum to do all I can for this country. I have always worked hard, but the key to successful hard work is, of course, to work with others who are equally driven and equally passionate. I started my campaign running as an independent candidate. I did so because I felt compelled to develop a deeper understanding of the needs, hopes, and desires of our people, so that when I spoke, my voice reflected the aspirations of the people of the BVI and not necessarily a political party. I have been humbled, overwhelmed, and encouraged with a strong level of support expressed for my candidacy across all communities, from young and old, male and female, and from every island of our beautiful country. With this encouragement, I am delighted to say that my campaign for election continues, and it will continue as a member of the National Democratic Party. You will no doubt ask why I choose to join that party, or any party, when the significant support for my election, which I do not take for granted, is already so strong. I will tell you my reason today. I will tell you my reason now. As all of you know, I am my own person, and while I have my own opinions and beliefs, I believe that we must come together to protect the future of the Virgin Islands. Our next government and all its elected officials must share fundamental and core beliefs for our country. We must make sure they are focused and driven to improve, to empower, to evolve, and to help us all be the very best we can be. The National Democratic Party's policies are more closely aligned with mine, and under previous NDP administrations, while these may not have always been perfect, the country has advanced significantly. My interest is in our continued advancement, and no one will work harder than me to make sure this happens. I know the chairman and members of the NDP encourage, respect, and value independent thought among NDP members. I have always maintained my own voice. With your support, that will not change, nor will my 5 key pledges to you be given less priority. I humbly ask for your vote in order to serve you, the people, in the next chapter of our future, and to make it the best it can be. May God bless you, and may God bless the Virgin Islands.
Continuing on, this morning, March 15th, 2023, around 9 a.m., a young woman crossing the highway opposite the BVI that's a post office, was struck by a scooter rider. Now, 2 cars on either side stopped for the young lady to cross when a scooter rider came down the middle, striking the young woman. It is unclear the magnitude of her injuries. However, paramedics were on the scene and have since, of course, earlier today taken her to the scene. We'll, of course, keep you updated on the story as it develops. Continuing on politics, 8th District candidate Mr. L. Allen Wheatley says if elected, he intends on introducing measures that will result in organizations within the financial services industry contributing more back into the BVI community. Wheatley, who has been ratified to contest under the Virgin Islands Party, was at the time speaking at a forum which was held on Sunday, March 12th for the 7th and 8th District candidates within the upcoming general elections.
When you start to look at these kind of things here about what we're going to do in this country, we have to seriously think stock of how the corporate businesses, and I'm not talking about local businesses, I'm talking specific about financial services, and I'm probably going to offend some people, but I've told a lot of people in the industry already, I can come gunning. I ain't joking about it. If I get a chance, they are going to make a more substantive contribution in this country. They have been making millions of dollars year after year and do nothing.
Wheatley explained the approach that such an initiative should take, pointing to the blueprint which was set out by the late Peter Haycraft in the rebuilding of the Enos Adams Primary School.
The money doesn't have to come into the government coffers. The example that Haycraft did is a perfect one, where he was able to say, look, I have some money, I'm going to put it, we're going to do a design, agree with the Ministry of Education. As a result of that, we're going to do a process by which we select a contractor. I think he chose it, and I'm 100% sure, to keep the government out of the confusion. Turn around that project manager, put the whole thing together, built the school, gave the school back, and he knew how his money was spent. So the question is, so all you do is set up a fund, and that same fund could be managed the same way, independent of government. The schools could apply, or Ministry of Education or Education Department could apply, get the requisites done through that system, a mini RDA, gentlemen, you know what I'm talking about, and basically turn around and build these various schools back.
At the time of his statement, Wheatley was reflecting on the period in the BVI following the devastations from the 27 hurricanes. He also said on the main line of Tortola there was little to no assistance from businesses within the financial services industry to assist residents and communities within the restoration process. Now, however, on Virgin Gorda, he said there was a contrasting difference with the wealthy businessmen and women contributing to restore the properties on the many sister islands.
Giving them roof material, whatever, bringing container after container after container and build back up Virgin Gorda, lickety split. And you look at Tortola, and it took us so long to get going within various things with the government. Thank God we got electricity up quickly at in Road Town, so the financial services could have get going. But then you look at the rest of the BVI. Look at the schools. Look how long it took us to get Elmhurst Town School back up. You know, these are the kind of things that really bother me. They bother me because you have like banks here making $25 million profit. Profit, you know, not revenue, profit. And not one bank, not one trust company could do what those people did in Virgin Gorda. I can't understand that. How the millionaire up in Virgin Gorda could see fit in a community that he lives in, could put back when he saw the need. And persons, businesses here making millions and billions of dollars watch us suffer and didn't even care enough to help fix a school. Thank God for Haycraft.
Viewers, when we return, we have more local news. We'll be right back after a quick commercial break.
Yep, that's me. You're probably wondering how I got here. My name is Kamal Haynes. Most of you know me from 284 News, but now you get to see me in a different light on my very own show called Health is Wealth. We have Joel Turnbull.
I don't want you to arch your back when you're pulling down.
Milton McLean.
First of all, right, your footwork.
Stephen Payne.
That was a 9 out of 10. I know you got the service down pat.
Steve Augustine.
You did a pretty hard workout today, so perhaps...
And as you can see, it's actually
you're feeling it.
Alonzo Boynes.
Taekwondo.
Adam Murrows.
I'll speak as if you're an absolute beginner.
I am an absolute beginner.
You are an absolute beginner.
And Seth Graham.
It bites.
It will bite.
Get your water, get your fruits and veggies, and experience a wealth of knowledge about getting healthy.
Yo, everything good, Dad?
Why? This thing got me one way, Daddy.
What do you mean?
Ever since I hook up with this thing, I can't eat, I can't sleep. This is the first thing I touch it when I reach home.
What do you mean? Hey, this ain't like you, you know?
Dad, this thing got me staying home, keeping out of trouble me.
Wow. What your name is?
Shit. I talking about my CCT life.
Don't worry about missing your favorite series, sports, news, and local programming. Come to CCT today and sign up for CCT Live to access over 80 channels. CCT Live. Bring it home.
1 month free trial turn into 5. 5 months turn into, well, you know I huff. I watching ball. I been watching football. Dad, Nickelodeon, Paw Patrol. I am hooked. Hook, I tell you.
Welcome back, everyone. Former Speaker of the House of Assembly, Julian Willock, has announced that he will not be contesting as a candidate in the upcoming general election. Willock gave the confirmation in a statement issued to the media on Tuesday.
Effective Tuesday, March 14, 2023, to the disappointment of many, I will not be a candidate in the 2023 general elections. I know that when we set out, putting a campaign committee together and being on my listening tour, this was not the call many of you ever wanted to hear. It is the call I made after careful consideration, consultation, and in some cases, strong opposition from those who thought otherwise, that I should run for office because we can win.
Willock said that whilst he will not be contesting to become an elected official, he still intends on serving the people of the territory, stating that he will fight with commitment and enormous passion and grit.
Many of you will remember in 2016, after the Panama Papers, how I stood up for our territory's financial services sector on the international stage. And more recently, how I stood up to the one-sided Commission of Inquiries and how I continue to fight for the regular men and women. My history is one who is willing to fight and, when necessary, left plenty of blood and teeth on the floor.
In the meantime, Willock took the time to encourage his supporters to support the Virgin Islands Party candidate at the upcoming election.
The big question I've been asked by supporters, family and friends, when I told many persons over the past couple of days that I will not be running for office is, who then should they support? I am a registered member of the Virgin Islands Party because I believe in their values. And if we are honest, 90% of what has been done in this country over the last 30 years was done under Virgin Islands Party governments. While mistakes have been made, I still believe they are the best hope to take us forward.
On the matter of education, this week hundreds of students from across the territory of the Virgin Islands participated in the 2023 National Science Fair at the Multi-Purpose Sports Complex in Road Town, Tortola. Our team was on the ground to capture day 2 of the event, which invited members of the public to view the students' projects.
My name is Nia and my project is about are Sharpies actually permanent markers? My name is George and our question is can a helium balloon fly? Today we're going to be explaining our science fair project called the TEIA. The helium rocket. My name is Max and my name is Liam. This is our project. It's called Drop Timers. My name is Isla Myers and this is Evie Stanton. Our project is the growth of a zinnia. Our question is, does the amount of water affect how tall a zinnia will grow?
Kimari Davis, and I am participating in the National Science Fair. Hi, my name is John Samuel. Today I'm presenting my science project, which is about experimenting with computers and sensors and to prove my hypothesis how they work together.
My name is Luke.
My name is Finley.
Our project is on a helium balloon powered car against an air balloon powered car on how far it'll go.
I'm Nathaniel. I'm George. I'm Noah Anston. Our project is the balloon-powered car. Our question was, does friction affect the speed of the balloon-powered car? My name is Ronnie Mandamboro and my power is a lemon battery.
My name is Kaden Freight and I'll be presenting my project called Movement Perfection. Movement Perfection is all about gravity and continuous motion and why the Earth and the Moon does not collide into the Sun.
I am Danieletta. Rashana Lewis. Clarence Schofield.
Our experiment was to see if the soap and salt water would grow. We also did part water with water temperature control to compare what the best result would be.
My name's Ariella. He is Justin. That's Lily, and that's Thais. Our project is which different types of fruit will grow mold within a week.
Excuse me?
Jake. Moss.
Our hypothesis is we think that the fan will reduce the egg's velocity instead of making it like crack a bunch everywhere. And our hypothesis was correct.
And up next, we have more local news. We'll be right back after a quick commercial break.
Is someone going to get that?
Hello.
Hello. So nice of you to have cleaned up for us. Hi, baby.
We're like in-laws that don't show up unannounced.
Don't worry. I've got this.
CG Insurance. Good like that.
Live stream cable TV is here with CCT Live. Access over 80 channels that you can watch either at home or when you're on the go. And don't worry about missing your favorite series, sports, news, and local programming. Rewind and watch in your own time. Come to CCT today and ask about our 1-month free trial offer. CCT Live. Bring it home.
So you're saying I can ask this cat any question?
The cat is connected to the computer. You just type in the question, it will read his mind. There the answer comes.
You're the man! I've been looking for this for weeks.
Hun,
It's asking for your password.
Huh?
You were logged out. I need the password.
BR.
What's the rest?
BRANDI, the number 4, EVER?
Who's Brandy?
We're like the password that isn't your ex-girlfriend's name. CG Insurance. Good like that.
I should have changed it.
You should have.
You're right.
Welcome back, everyone, and thank you so much for sticking with us. Taking a segue to a truly good, feel-good story. Virgin Islanders were given a glimpse of the artistic ability of TEIA LETTSOME as she held her very first solo art exhibition during a very brief trip home to Tortola. Our Jaka Wooding was on the ground and did this report.
Mixed media artist TEIA LETTSOME, aka Grim Reaper, recently held her first solo art exhibition at the Cyril B. Romney Tortola Pear Park. There, visitors and passers-by got the opportunity to view and purchase some of her recent pieces and get a taste of the skills she has been able to develop since first taking up art at about 10 years old. While her interests were initially piqued by sibling rivalry, LETTSOME says she has really been able to hone her skills over the years.
Really, I got into art because my brother was getting all the attention in school, and I was like, man, I want to be cool too. So I end up just like doing art, following him, and I end up realizing I'm actually good at it.
TEIA, born of a Virgin Islander father and belong a mother of Guyanese nationality, moved to the Virgin Islands as a teenager after spending much of her youth in Antigua and Barbuda. She says that she has always been embraced by the Virgin Islands and claims the territory as her home when producing art abroad. The rich history and culture of the Virgin Islands was some of the inspirations she noted when asked where she draws her ideas from.
Things around me, culture, my family, music. I love music, so I look at it like it's just another form of expressing myself. So really, it's within me, and that's what my name means, Grim. People think it's a negative connotation. It's really greatness in me. So I guess it's in me and around me. But I went to college here, and honestly, since I moved here when I was like 17, right after I graduated high school. I moved over here, and I just feel like I've been embraced ever since. I feel like this is where I call home. So I say I is a VI, I say I from Antigua too. So both of them molded me and shaped me to who I am right now. But right now I live in Orlando. I'm in Florida with it.
As a creative, TEIA says she is drawn to mediums with color and texture. She does not hold back when trying something new. She encourages aspiring artists to take the first step to see their dreams realized.
Anything that got color and a texture. I do wood, oil, charcoal. My favorite is charcoal. Paint, any kind of paint, anything really. Anything I feel like I'm capable of doing, I do. Keep pushing, because time goes regardless. Regardless if you stop or if you keep going, time keeps going. So with that being said, why not increase and progress as time goes? I always tell myself, even if nobody around you gets your vision, you get your vision. As long as you can see it, do it.
For more of TEIA's work, purchase, or commissioning of pieces, persons are asked to visit her website, grimart.org, or her Instagram page, Grim Reaper. For 284 News, I am Jaka Wooding.
The British Virgin Islands will welcome assessors from the International Monetary Fund and the Caribbean Financial Action Task Force who arrive in the BVI this week to conduct the fourth round of mutual evaluations. Now, the mutual evaluation process assesses a country's compliance with international standards and the effectiveness of its anti-money laundering and counter-terrorist financing regime in line with the recommendations of the Financial Action Task Force.
Let me just take a bit of step back. Actually, the evaluation was supposed to occur from as far back as 2017.
Okay.
And we know what occurred 2017, yes. So it got pushed back, or pushed forward or backward, whichever you look at it. And then it was supposed to happen in 2020, and then we know what happened in 2020. Yes. So we're here now. They're going to be here for 2 weeks. The purpose of their assessment, as you rightfully say, is to look at how we comply with the Financial Action Task Force 40 recommendations. They'll be looking at what we call technical compliance issues. For example, we pass laws. They'll look at that, see whether the law says what they're supposed to say. They'll look at really and truly how do we implement the laws. So we say it is a crime to launder money. Do we investigate persons? Do we prosecute them in line with what they would term or risk that's within the BVI? What we have been doing, engaging the IMF since about April last year. Well, the IMF, as part of what we call a global network of FATF type institution that assist. We are a member of the Caribbean Financial Action Task Force, and the Caribbean Financial Action Task Force actually would undergo customarily or mutual evaluation. The IMF, as an associate member of that institution, also allows for them to do mutual evaluations on behalf of CFATF. And they have done them in what we would have termed the third round, in this fourth round as well. And in negotiation with the IMF, we agreed the IMF could assist CFATF. It's a peer review, so you have individuals from CFATF member countries as well as IMF personnel who will come look at our jurisdiction. And these are highly qualified people who their profession is really in background of prosecution, financial regulation, what we call financial investigation agencies, highly qualified person. So we've been engaging with them over the course of the past few months. We submitted a number of documents to them. They've submitted stuff to us. We've looked at it, and we've provided responses.
The assessment 10-member team comprises of experts from the IMF and the CFATF and will conduct a thorough examination of the BVI's AML and CFT regime over a period of several weeks. Now, the assessment will cover a range of areas, including the legal and institutional framework and the adequacy of the BVI's AML CFT laws and regulations, the effectiveness of its supervisory and regulatory bodies, and the BVI's track record in investigating and prosecuting both AML and CFT cases.
Now it's all culminating in what they call 2 weeks on site.
Okay.
So they come on site and they interview what we call private and public sector. So the public sector would be the normal people you would think, Royal Virgin Islands Police Force, Financial Services Commission, financial investigation agencies, the Governor's Office, the Office of the Director of Public Prosecution, Virgin Islands Shipping Registry, International Tax Authority, Airport Authority, Port Authority. So you would understand from there's a wide swath of scope. So a lot of times when we look at these things, everyone says, well, this is financial services related. I think I mentioned one financial service related institution.
That's correct. You more so spoke about the myriad of other agencies that would assist in this project.
Exactly. And I would say those agencies and the BVI have been collaborating for the past, I would say, since 2016 when we did our first national risk assessment.
Okay.
All of the agencies been collaborating and cooperating. We've had significant political buy-in by successive governments who have been putting resources behind the process so we can demonstrate a significant level of compliance when the team comes on site.
Viewers, that is all the time we have. I want to take a special opportunity to thank you so much for tuning in to 284 News, your source for honest and impartial news, right here in Tortola in the Virgin Islands. I'm Ron Grant. Have a beautiful rest of the day. Bye-bye.
The wait is over. CCT Fire is here. Experience ultra-fast downloads, seamless streaming, and even more reliable connectivity on an all-new fire-blazing super-fast CCT Fiber network. CCT Fire. Bring it home and upgrade today.
Yep, that's me. You're probably wondering how I got here. My name is Kamal Haynes. Most of you know me from 284 News, but now you get to see me in a different light on my very own show called Health is Wealth. We have Joel Turnbull.
I don't want you to arch your back when you're pulling